And wait a minute. There's the captain and creator of Warship, SkeeteDavidson. Hey, what's up, Skeet?
What's going on, man?
Good to see you, man.
Warship.
All right. So, if you want to give us a little tour of the deck.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the gameplay area. You got player A and player B. They both have their respective sides. We'll get into this later too, of course. But there's a lot of functions and mechanics here. So, like on the left, you can see your ships. You have the lock ship placement. You have your board, and you have your grid right here, and that's where you would play the game. Moving on, you have this area, which is, people ask all the time what it is. It's nothing. It's just kudos if you want to give money, and if you want to give $20, you can get like a little check mark, just showing your support for the world.
Awesome.
If we keep going down, this is just a mini game that I made.
That's cool. So to keep because it is a 2-player game, the actual game, right? So to keep other people entertained as their friends might be going at each other. That's cool. That's really cool. All right, so we got mini game.
So you got that mini game. So over here is it's called the XP ball, and right now it's actually TXP because that's tournament XP points. Usually you'll get regular XP points, which you can purchase like different custom options, but you can grab this once every hour, and you'd get a random value between 50 and 500.
Okay.
So we got lucky today with 50. Not so lucky.
500 subscribers, that is.
500 likes. 75. Nice.
So that's a start.
So here I have the legacy highest. You can kind of see Smitty just surpassed 500 wins, which is... I mean, I know he has a lot of losses too, just as many losses, so that's over 1,000 games, which is amazing, just to see so many different people playing and enjoying the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Over here, I'm running a tournament for the month of November, and these are the current leaders as of now. And there's 110 pages of people and a lot of different people participating. You can clearly see who's some of the outliers are just by their dedication and love for the game.
Oh yeah, they're going at it right there.
They're not messing around.
Shout out to Johnny and Smitty.
This wall we have more information on how to become a member and just stay up to date with different changes within the world. So it's on Facebook and it's a group. So if you just search that up and join, and it also gives you special access to different places, which I'll show you later.
All right.
Over here, this is like a little update log, and this is just the main way of earning XP. So you do get 1,000 each time you play with somebody new. 1,000 XP, like regular XP points. And jumping over here, this is actually a mechanic where if you step onto it, it gives you all your stats just within the world. So it gives me my rank. It gives me how many wins I have or my level. It gives me how many losses I have. My win streak, meaning how many times, what's the most I've won in a row. My win ratio, which is 26%, which is horrible. And then we have the hit streak, which is how many hits you have in a row. XP is just your total XP that you have, and available to spend is how much you can spend on different items. And then we have total hits, total misses, and then this is more tournament-related info, but it gives you how much more time you have till you can grab the ball again and how much TXP you have for the month.
Nice.
And this area is where you can customize different things and purchase different things. So, if you wanted a different customization or customization early, there is no paywall, but if you wanted to get it earlier instead of earning it, you could always purchase XP points. I put these ships here just as a way to help fund and support tournaments. So if you
Yeah,
purchase one of those,
I actually
you
have
can
one
pull
of
it out
those.
your backpack.
Show everybody. We go to your little backpack here. So I got the cruiser. Let's take that bad boy out. Boom, there he is. No, it's flying away. Got it. All right. Oh, snap. These things like they're moving. All right, here we go. So I have the cruiser and you have the battleship, right?
Carrier.
Carrier? Okay. There you go.
Here's where you can customize your different options. So we have a custom chair option, which you'll see in a little, controls actually your chair and the ground and your pointer too. Like the line on your pointer. So let's go with this color, for example. If you grab and hold it, it'll tell you that you're equipped with it, and that's all you have to do. So if you were to purchase another color or two colors, you can have access to any of those two colors at any time. The same thing with the pointers, and shout out to Binks and Johnny for creating these pointers because they're awesome. But there's a variety of different pointers that you can choose from.
Lipstick.
So they're all spawned in. Yeah, we got
Oh,
lipstick,
that I want.
controller,
Oh, that's cool.
sword, Terminator arm.
hand. Yeah.
My favorite is the Skeeter bar.
Nice.
The egg crop, which is inspired by Johnny's World. And then, of course, the solar system. And if you look closely, you can see the entire solar system inside of that little pointer.
Yeah. That's nice.
And then you also have your ship color customization. So you can do the same thing as you did with the chair. Just kind of go through the colors. If I wanted this one, I'll just grab and hold.
So you're basically you're presetting your options, and then once you go into the game, they will show up appropriately.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Over here is the members only area. So again, you can access that by purchasing the little check mark or just joining the Facebook. And if you click on here, you can just go up to the upstairs area.
All right. There you go. And nice
Nothing
view.
special, but just a nice view of the surrounding area and just hang out here, watch people play.
Sure.
And then if we go back down, so this is a newer added feature. It's giving you the ability to place your own ships on the board. What I noticed when I launched it is a lot of people were confused on how to actually place the ships. So I added this little tutorial pop-up where it just guides you, right? So you grab and hold your trigger to move the ship. While holding the trigger, hit B to rotate. It rotates. And then once you're done, just release it. And that's it.
Oh, nice. So they're able to strategically place each individual ship how they want it.
Exactly.
Both position and rotation.
Yep. At the start of the game, it's always going to be a randomized pattern. So even if you don't change it, no one's going to know what it is, right? Because it's just a random pattern that's going to come out. But if you wanted to, you can go in, change some of the positions up, and play it like that.
Nice. All right. Well, why don't we play a game and challenge the captain? All right. So we go over here and we grab this to start.
Mm-hmm. See the countdown, and it'll spawn you right in the game.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, I see my ships. Oh, and you have a little curtain over here.
Yeah, so they're just blocking because the laser can actually show where the ships are going.
Ah.
Not a big deal. I mean, you can't see the ships. Only you can see your own ships. So yeah, you can place them. If you're done, you can lock it in early, or you have the timer up there saying how much time you have left. So it's 45 seconds for each person.
Gotcha. And okay. Cool. So game starts. Oh, I go first. All right. So we'll move right there. Little C4. Direct hit. on the first try of the game.
Destroyer.
That's how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
You may be the captain, but I'm the king. All right, so that was a destroyer. So over here, this tells me my ship's health, and then on your wall, this tells you your ship's health. So I can peek over here, yeah, and I can see there's one more part of that ship attached to it. So let's guess. It's either going to be up or to the right. Let's see. I think it's up. It's to the right.
Yeah, so if you make a hit, you get to keep going. But if you miss, it's the other player's turn.
All right. Oh, I missed again. And so let's go to the left. Well, the next one will be a hit. Oh, you got one.
You're right about that. Not from you, though.
Destroyer. Hit.
I like the animation how the rocket gets launched up into the sky and then falls on the exact coordinate of the ship. And you destroyed my destroyer.
Down.
Yep.
All right, so there you go. I destroyed your destroyer. That's what happens.
Destroyer. Down.
And so once we destroy your ship, I can see it now on your board. Okay.
Yeah, everybody in the game would be able to see
Okay.
once the ship is down, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
It's more of a visual thing.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because around the same time that you launched Warship, I launched my nostalgic game Perfection Game Challenge, and you launched Warship around that same time. I thought it was pretty cool that happened. What was your inspiration in building this game world?
Yeah, my inspiration, it actually came up as an idea from somebody else that brought the idea up to me. I knew it was going to be a challenge because, you know, as builders, we always think about like what it's going to take to actually make something like this. And then we're, of course, you know, restricted by bounds within Horizon Worlds, just with the different capabilities that we have. But it was something I could just, you know, put my mind to and just started to build it out. I started becoming more and more passionate about it and wanting to see it work. So now we're here.
Nice. So, and I know some of the challenges that can come into making a game world, especially one such as this. Did you have any help or other people in this build?
Yeah, absolutely. So the entire build itself, the structure, the ships, the board was actually created by Daydream Davy, who's an amazing creator. A lot of times people come up to me and compliment me on how detailed and designed the build is, and I always have to direct all that to Davy because he was really the one that came up with the idea and came up with the build idea and the design and really put everything together.
Nice. Shout out Daydream Davy.
Shout out Daydream. Yeah, and then there were some others too, like Pigeon number 12 was huge and just helping with like the scripting of the board, how to like select the coordinates. Charts was another big help. He actually created the pointer itself. That's something he just gives out to people, and I just took that, modified it a bit, and made it work for my world.
Well, that's awesome to hear. They had a team of people that helped and contributed and to this amazing world. I loved it, and I was here once or twice before it was published and kind of helped test it and give you some thoughts. And then obviously you published it, and it became really popular. And here we are, over I think maybe 6 months later or so, maybe longer, and it's still a very popular world, and it's been out for a long time. It's definitely a community favorite. And what do you think people gravitate towards in this type of game? Or is it stuff that you've implemented and updated that keeps people coming back?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of all things, really. It's part of it's the updates for sure. I mean, I noticed whenever I stopped making updates or stopped paying attention as much, the trend started going down as far as people visiting. So people do like to see new things, new exciting things, and you know, achievements, for example, are one of the big things that people want to see. So I always keep those updated. I think another piece too is like the the reliability of the gameplay, making sure that's working all the time, or at least like 99% of the time, with no issues and no glitches. I know that's one big thing players look for, and I think the community, of course, is probably one of the biggest reasons why people keep coming back here too. There's just so many like-minded people and diverse range of people too that others could connect to.
Yeah, and I actually want to. That's a great point because actually want to talk about that. I know you haven't maybe published too many of your own worlds during this time, but you've been building this community around Warship, and I think that's something I want to commend you because like that's something that you don't see a lot, right? Especially like a year ago or earlier, a lot of people would just create a world and then create the next world and then create the next world and then like kind of like just keep going to the next. But you found something that people liked, and then you just kept developing and kept building, and the community has grown. So that's what I want to talk about. What's one thing that you have learned during this process of cultivating a community around one specific world?
Yeah, I think it's a continuous learning piece, but I also think you have to think about like just basic business marketing, right? Like when having a store or having a shop, and how do you get in touch with those customers to make them keep coming back? And that's like, setting up a marketing list, which in a way is like the Facebook group, right? Just having updates, having tournaments, having events. What I did recently was start showcasing different players, who they are, just to kind of better strengthen that bond to the community. So it's like a combination of a few different things that really helped out.
Nice. And do you ever come in and play against players?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's one big thing that I do all the time is play myself just as a regular player. You saw earlier, my stats aren't that good because I do lose a lot, but I think it's really important to test your own game just to see how players are interacting with things, how you're interacting with things. Like there might be things you look at 1,000 times, but that 1,001 time, you're going to notice something different or notice that you can make an improvement somewhere else. So I think it's really important that you play your own game just to understand it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that 100%. Anytime I go into one of my worlds and I play with people, it's you also share in that satisfaction of enjoying with other people the thing that you created, and other people help you create. So you actually, get to have that cherry on top of that satisfaction of actually being played and being enjoyed by other people, and you partaking of that with those other people as well, and getting their feedback and just spending that time. I think that's really cool. So I know you mentioned Facebook. Where else can people, if they want to join the community, if they're interested, you do these tournaments as well. Where can people find the Warship community?
So yeah, Facebook is probably the most popular, but you can also follow the Instagram, which is WarshipVr, and you can follow updates over there as well. It just kind of gives like different platforms, different avenues for people to get updates and stay up to date with different information in the world.
Awesome. And so I know there's a lot of tri-mesh going around and stuff. Obviously, this game is great. Are you bringing it into tri-mesh?
That's to be determined at this point. I think I might one day. I don't know if that's my number one priority right now. I think it's more so just understanding and learning the program itself, how that works, and I think eventually, once I get more comfortable with it, I would create just like a similar version to this inside of tri-mesh.
Definitely understandable. I think I myself would my mindset would be like I would maybe keep a legacy version, right, of the world, and then create the tri-mesh version of the world and whatnot. But you've definitely been continuously making updates and adjustments, and now that we can make placements of the actual ships and rotation and position wise. Do you have any other updates in store, ideas you might want to add to Warship?
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of like short-term goals, long-term goals. A lot of the short-term are like just minor things like having a queue system. So like if there's two people playing, the third person could put their name on the list so that when the game is over, they'll automatically be bumped up and ready to play. I think that's one of the short-term things. Another one is just what I see a lot too is like players just run inside and try to grab the pointer, which they can't. They have to grab the ball first. So having some sort of system to push players back over there so that they can grab the ball to get started. Um, Longer term would be to actually have like a one-player version. It's been a highly requested feature. Actually, it was right next to placing your own ships, which is now out. But having a one-player version where you can play like the computer is something else
Yeah,
that people really want.
that's really interesting. That would be really cool for sure. Um, I like how you've taken something that people have liked. They come back and you make it better, and they come back and you make it better, and you're just continuing evolving it. But what's one of your favorite features or aspects that you currently have?
Um, it's a hard question. It's I would probably say it's the a lot of the ship placement mechanics. That was really complicated to script and do. And once
Mhm.
I finally got it to that point where it was consistently and reliably working, that's really what I was proud of. Because whenever the ships come, people always accuse me of cheating, of course, but I really don't know where the positions are. Like, there's just a random thing where it sends a number, it goes to that number on the board, and if there is a ship there, it goes to another number, and it just keeps doing that for all the ships in the inside of uh inside of your board. So that's probably the biggest thing. And then of course the custom placement was a huge undertaking, just trying to get the placement right, talking to the controller, making sure that nothing's around it, it's within bounds, it's not overlapping ships. And that was another big piece that I've worked a lot on to get right.
Nice. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Um, so one of my last questions here is, I know we met, I think about a year ago, over a year ago, in Arena Clash. That's where we met, and then I started building around this time. Actually, you were already in the scripting game, and here we are, 2023 fall. Look at us,
Right.
but
We've grown.
yeah, like I didn't imagine doing what I was doing, and you um being, I'm not surprised. um I'm not surprised that you've created this game and this world, and that people have just created that community, that bond, that playability, and replayability to come back and continue to support this world. What is Being that it is late 2023, we have the holiday season coming. The Quest 3 is already out, and we know there's always an influx during the that winter break, that holiday break. And there's going to be a lot of more people, a lot of more users, and with Trimesh, people finding out that Trimesh is now in Horizons. More people I'm seeing, artists and whatnot, are starting to come and get intrigued to maybe being a creator. So, what's some of your advice you might have for newer creators to Horizons, whether they have skills but they're just new to the platform, or they don't have any skills but they're now interested in actually building something because they see amazing stuff and they want to be part of that building and creating process?
Yeah, I say this a lot, but there isn't such a thing as a bad builder. There isn't such a thing as a bad scripter. I think it's just all learning, right? Like everyone's at a different skill set. Like me, for example, I came with no experience into this platform. I didn't do scripting or computer programming prior to this, so I didn't really have much knowledge. But I, just practice with small things. Like when I first got on, I didn't even know how to respawn a player, which is like a one-line script. But then I, respawned the player. Then I added another thing to that, and another thing, and then eventually landed, where we are or where I am today. And I think it's I always try to follow the Nike slogan of just do it, right? Just get in the build, do what you like doing, learn from a lot of the tutorials out there. There's tons of them, whether they're meta provided or just from different creators. Like Vidyu, for example, was a huge help, and then the Discord is a huge help. If you have any scripting questions, building questions, even collaboration, you can do over there. Just jump in with somebody, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to collaborate with you.
Great answer. I couldn't say it better myself. I think that's great advice to everyone. Just to become part of the community. Don't delay it. I know I pushed it off myself for a few months. I saw like there was a contest going on when I first came into Horizon. I'm like, oh, that'd be interesting. But I'm like, but I don't know anything. So I was like, whatever, But then later, after being here for a few months and getting tired of just 2 games that I would play, which was Arena Clash and Action Island, I'm like, there should be more games on this platform. And that's really what started my journey into building and creating here is building those different games and stuff. And you as well have built Flappy Bird, Warship, and have helped maybe countless others doing their worlds as well. So thank you so much for taking this time to tour Warship and to answer these questions, and just props and commend you for real for creating a community inside of the Horizon Worlds community around Warship. I think it's awesome what you're doing here.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's all community driven too. Like a lot of the feedback I get is from the community, so I appreciate them for always giving me pointers and tips and what they want to see, and just makes it a better experience for everyone.
Thank you so much, Ski, for this Creator World Tour of Warship. Hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, and catch out and join that Warship community on Instagram, WarshipVr, and on Facebook. See you guys next time.
See ya. Thank you.